Hi, I'm Katie Morgan, and welcome to my channel. This is where I help professional women break free of anxiety, self doubt, and feeling like an imposter so they can reach their full potential at work and in their careers. And today I want to talk to you about how you can turn your anxiety into excitement. This is a really powerful tool that you can use to reprogram your mind for success. So I will dive in. So this is a trick that you can use called cognitive reappraisal. And it's called this because you could essentially reprogram your mind in terms of how you view your anxiety or how you view the emotions that you are feeling at that time. So it's so simple. All you have to do is, rather than when you're feeling anxious, just tell yourself that you're excited. The thing with anxiety and excitement is actually the feelings are very similar. So how you're feeling inside. So whether it's butterflies in our stomach or our heart rate goes faster, we have cortisol surging through our body. But essentially, these are both states of arousal, and so they're actually very similar states. What's interesting is sometimes we can actually, when we're feeling anxious, we can tell ourselves to, feel calm, don't feel so anxious, like feel calm, feel more relaxed. But it's a bit counterintuitive, but actually that's not an aroused state. So the mind finds it very difficult to jump from an aroused state to a non-aroused state, if that makes sense. So it's easier for us to actually jump from a positive aroused state, or from a negative aroused state, feeling anxious, to a positive aroused state, because that's essentially the difference between excitement and anxiety. Is one is positive and thinks about what good could actually happen, and one is negative. So essentially, it's easier to convince yourself that you're excited than it is to convince yourself that you're feeling calm. What's also really cool is that it's actually proven to make you perform better as well. There was a study done in 2014 by Harvard Business School professor Alison Wood Brooks, and she took 3 groups of people and asked them to perform 3 different tasks. So there was a singing task, there was a speaking in front of a camera task, and there was also a maths kind of exam. And the first group, she told them before each of the activities to say that they were excited. The second group had to say that they were anxious, and the third group was a control group, and they said nothing. So what was really interesting is, obviously the excited group, they were more excited, and the anxious group they felt more anxious. But what's really interesting is that the excited group actually performed better. So they used a computerized tool to measure volume and pitch, and the excited group actually performed better. They sung better, their vocals were better, they were more in pitch, versus the anxiety and the control group. And the same with speaking on camera, and they did better in that, and they also performed better in the maths test. So what's really interesting here is that simply by changing what we say to ourselves can really genuinely change how we feel. So and also, furthermore, you can do better. Another interesting thing is that actually between the 2 groups, their physical responses, so their heart rate and their cortisol spikes, stayed exactly the same. So those physical feelings that we feel when we're anxious versus excitement just didn't change at all. It was purely how they interpreted interpreted the event that was happening, but also, more importantly, is the excited group performed better. So next time you're feeling anxious and you've asked yourself, is this something that you could feel excited about? You know, do you have a presentation to give at work? Are you going to an interview, or perhaps you want to ask your manager for a raise at work? All of these things are potentially anxiety inducing things. But if you reframe it to say, actually, no, I feel excited. What I'm feeling inside, it isn't nervousness, it isn't anxiety, it's excitement. And knowing that, you're going to perform even better in these tasks as well. So that is my tips on how you can turn anxiety into excitement. So I really look forward to hearing about how you did in giving this a go. And yeah, until next time, bye.